Hey everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. We are back in East Vineland, New Jersey here on Kubota Farm, of course. My apologies for a no Monday episode. Things ran out of time on Sunday. Actually, if I'm being honest, I was really tired and not feeling my greatest, and I wanted to get an episode out, but I apologize for not doing that. But we're moving on, and we are almost in harvest season. In fact, we are going to go ahead and move forward a month into June here shortly. I did have some more cracked corn delivered for our chickens. I think they are going to be needing some of that. We want to keep that base food up. So why don't we go ahead and just muscle this over and feed our chickens real quick some of their favorite cracked corn. What's that leave us? Does that tell us cracked corn? 2,021 liters. I think it was 3,000 to start with. So yeah, we're just going to keep feeding them cracked corn from here on out to get this balance a little bit better, but that will definitely keep them happy. Pigs are doing okay. They could use some more base food, of course, and their base food is regular corn. We're probably going to have to buy some because our corn is not going to be harvested until, well, next year, I would assume, right? Because we're going to be planting a lot of corn. We're going to get in the corn business. Now, with the production chains, we have the one going. We've got our grain mill plus, and all we've given that is barley, and we got some flour from that. Now, flour doesn't sell until later in the year. In fact, I think it's like December or something like that. So we're just going to let that flour sit there. We are going to be delivering corn, however. Uh, will be delivering a lot of corn, hopefully, to the granary mill, the grain mill, and getting some cornmeal out of it and getting some cracked corn out of it. Whew. Lots to do, and it's still December, or it's still Christmas here in May, and I got to tell you, it is looking like major Christmas where I live. We ended up, let's do a earlier start. Let's do a 7 a.m. start for June. We got some decent snow here dumped on us, and in fact, my understanding is the end of the week, there's going to be a lot more of it. Now, I don't think the weather forecast has pinned down the exact areas that are going to be getting the most snow, but I've heard up to 2 feet. So it's going to be an interesting Christmas this year and some very cold weather. So please, if any of you are in areas where it's going to get 50, 60 below, they're talking about, of course, it's always the end of the world kind of weather forecast, right? I guess we just have to wait and see how that pans out. But if it does get nasty, stay safe. Definitely looks like we're going to have a white Christmas, though. There's very little doubt about that at this point. Are you dumping in there? Maybe you did. There you go. Oh, oh, took the rest of that, didn't it? Yeah, it certainly did. Okay, well that's good. I'm fine with that. Let's go ahead and order up another large crate of cracked corn, have it delivered to us. Not the cheapest stuff in the world, but not horrible. I think the chickens have been inspired by our Christmas tree. They're producing a pretty good amount of eggs, so it's good to see. We've got a lot of chickens working overtime right now. I told them that if the more eggs they produce, the happier Santa will be. So hopefully they're listening to me. Yeah, we need to just get this whole thing balanced out. So as the grain goes down, our base food, cracked corn, we can continue to bump up and get this balanced out correctly. Let's go ahead and turn off our super strength. And I think we need to go check the farm. So what we should be at now is canola. Canola is going to be the name of the game. Actually, canola is going to be the name of the game. And it is ready to harvest. And in fact, let's go ahead and do a little flying around. So we've got this nice large field of canola that we need to get harvested. Our poplar is still growing. I think it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 or 13, so a couple more months, 2-3 more months on the poplar, and we're going to be, oh boy, I'm either going to be seriously regretting that I planted a field full of poplar. I don't know how I feel about that quite yet. Our silage bin right here for our fermenting. In fact, if we take a quick look at that, there should be some room in there now. Yep, not as much as I thought, but we'll be adding, we can let this go throughout the day, and we can bring some grass over from our bale storage barn, put some more grass in here and keep the silage production up and take the silage over to storage. So that's still producing well for us. We're going to let that just continue to do what it's doing. We can deactivate the hay. We don't have any hay in there right now, so we can just leave grass going there. So that's going well. And if we jump on over here, I went ahead and limed up our field here. So this is ready for planting corn. So we are going to get a planter started on this thing and get a hired helper or course play or something going here. And we might as well go ahead and get corn started planting on this field. I'm pretty sure we want to do corn here and we want to do corn here. We need to do harvesting all of this canola as well. In fact, we probably should do this first. This field is pretty much ready to go, shy of fertilizer. Again, we're waiting on the nitrogen until we plant. But this field is ready to take on corn, but we're going to join this field to this field once this field gets harvested. That's the game plan so far. I'm not sure if I'm missing anything. I don't think I am. Oh, you know what? I was wondering about this. Okay, this is the first time I've seen this. Very interesting. Let me do something here real quick. Let me turn off this excessive speed run. Oh, 14. We don't want that. So water. Water. I have a mod that I'm trying out. I just wanted to see what it was like. It rained overnight, and it's puddled up. As you can see, it's puddled up really quite well right there. We have our own little pond going on. So this mod, I think it's part of the Real series mods. Like the Real, boy, there's like 3 or 4 of them. There's like the Real Ground, Real Implements. I think they are only available on PC and Mac because I do think they're script mods. And this mod is supposed to, and apparently it's doing exactly what it says it will do, is in low-level areas when it rains, it's going to let water collect. Now, I have no idea how long it will take for that to dry. I have no idea what to expect from all that. It's kind of curious. It looks like it's kind of, it's not bad, I guess. Kind of leveled out right there. So yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Not sure if it's a mod I'm going to keep around or not, or what, but just wanted to see how exactly it reacted. All right, so it's been a long time in the waiting. I think this thing should fire up for us. It's going to check repairs on it. Repairs look good. Let's fire up the old Case IH this thing. Oh boy, I really like this combine. I really like this Bumblebee header, if I'm being honest too. It's beautiful. Looks nice together too, doesn't it? And I just realized something too. I kind of boxed myself in here a little bit with that. with that thing I added. I don't know if we're going to squeeze through here or not. Let's see if we can squeeze through. Take as much room as I can on the right without hitting that pole. Without hitting the pole, Brad. No? Okay. I don't think it's going to fit through there, is it? I may have to back it up out of the back. I've boxed myself in. It's this thing right here, silage additive dealio. I wasn't even thinking about that when I put it down, that we might need to get the combine out of here. If I can get... I really don't feel like hooking up the trailer. Let's try this way. I don't feel like hooking up the trailer for the header. There we go. We snuck around it. All right. I may end up moving that silage additive tank out of the way, though. That thing's going to be a pain. Let's get this thing unfolded. We need to unfold the header. And we need to unfold the combine. It smells a little like mothballs inside here. I'm not going to lie to you. It's been stored away for, it feels like forever since we've actually done any harvesting on the field. Let's get this thing fired up and let's get started. This is what we're waiting for, right? This is what we've been waiting for is, and actually I'm going to change to spreading because I'm curious. We're supposed to get a bit of a nitrogen bump. You're supposed to get a nitrogen bump if you, I guess, if you spread the chaff out here instead of doing windrows with it. But we'll see if that makes much of a difference or not. It might be actually, as far as money goes, it might be better to collect the straw and sell it than it would be to try to get what we might get out of a nitrogen bump. But I think canola isn't canola typically not a crop that you get hay or straw windrows from, if I remember correctly. And I think it's the mod that I have installed that is allowing that to produce straw the way it is. And actually, now that I think about it, I thought I might have disabled that mod. I'm gonna have to look and see. I thought I might have disabled that mod when I was trying to figure out what was going on with the map earlier when we were having problems with all the fields turning into grass fields. But maybe I didn't disable it. I'll have to take a peek. But our yields should be pretty good, if I remember correctly. We should get a pretty good yields out of all of our fields. I'm going to go ahead and we're kick off some hired help here. Very nice. Let's take a quick peek at something. So if we look at our precision farming, we come down here. Yeah, you can see the pH. So it's not the nitrogen, it's the pH level that it adds to. Okay, because you can see how this stripe around the field here is adding some pH level to the ground. Very interesting. So it does work. I think if I remember right, Driver 53 is the person whose video I watched. He did some testing on this. I thought he said it was like 20 points or something like that. It wasn't a lot, but it was definitely adding basically some free pH level or free, I guess what pH would typically be lime. You can see the nitrogen has just gone bye-bye. The canola has just sucked all of that out of the ground. Oh, that's interesting. We could climb underneath that straw windrow, couldn't we? Hey, tractor's missing. What do we want to grab? Our 7, 6, we could probably use, I suppose we could. Let's grab this guy here. Let's go pick up our trailer, bring him over so we can keep that combine going. Then we're going to want to grab, another tractor and get our planter hooked up. And we can start getting corn planted on field number, boy, is it number 3, I think. Lifting that thing right up in the air. Yeah, it's lifting that hiney right up there. Look at that. Let's go check on our hired helper real quick and maybe see if we can't unload a little bit for him before we get busy getting our planter set up. But I think this harvester, this combine really makes quick work of stuff for us, fortunately. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sneak up on it fast enough. No, I'm not. Don't hit me. Hope everybody's doing well, though. Very, very quiet week at work for me. It's like everybody and their brother, except a few people, have been smart enough to save up their vacation time and either using that or working from home, it seems like. So it's been a pretty calm start to the week, that's for sure. Let's see if I can get our cruise control to settle in here. Slow down, Brad. There you go. And we'll get our combine emptied out so they can keep running. I'm still going a little fast, aren't I? There we go. That's a little better. I think there's a mod out there that lets you match your combine speed. I usually have pretty good luck doing it manually, but I might have to take a look at that mod and see if that's something that would be handy to have. Get out of your way, Mr. Combine. We'll just park this thing over yonder until we get back. And actually, you know what we could do? Oh well, we'll leave her here for now. All right, so what do we need to grab? We need to grab, we can grab our M6. I think that'll be a good choice. Our little 6-banger here, yep. All right. And we need our planter. And you know what? I don't think we've used the Kubota planter at all yet. I think we've used our seeder, of course, a few times, but the planter, I don't think we've touched the planter. Where is the planter? Mr. Planter. You're Mr. Seeder, right? No. Maybe you are Mr. Planter. Where's Mr. Seeder at? Over there. Okay. I keep moving these implements around, thinking I remember where I last left them, but rarely do. All right. So let's take a look here real quick. So we want to make sure that we don't do cotton. So cotton, corn, sunflowers, soybeans, sugar beets. We want corn. And we want seeds. Oh, this thing does fertilizer too. Huh. Okay, well, we'll do that. Why not, right? I don't know how that works as far as precision farming goes. If it's... Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how that works out, because I would think it's putting down fertilizer. From the look of this thing, it's putting down fertilizer before it injects the corn seed. But I wonder if... Because, you know, if precision farming, at least this is what I've been told and what I've seen with precision farming, is if you plant first, it's better because it knows what crop you are fertilizing or you're fertilizing for. So you're better off planting first and then fertilizing. But I'm going to guess, since we're telling this thing, hey, we're planting corn, that it's going to be smart enough to know how much fertilizer to put down. And I am kind of curious, if we look at our field calculator, this is field 3. Corn is just over 1,000 liters for seed, so we should be good. And fertilizer is 540 liters of solid fertilizer, and probably less with precision farming is my guess. But now we need to grab... Oh, wait a minute. Is there... How did we get 17%? Did I have seeds over here? Maybe one of these was seeds? I must have had a small bag of seeds, right? Because I'm pretty sure we didn't have any seed in this thing when we started. I'm hoping this is not going to confuse our little friend here. Perfect. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. So we should have enough seed too. This holds 1,440 liters of seed. And according to the field calculator, we only need 1,000. Grass is growing nicely, nice and bright green grass. Looks beautiful. Love to see that. In fact, it looks like June, July, we'll be able to get a good cut out of this field right here. It'll be ready for harvest. Very nice. I feel like Dr. Evil from Austin Powers. Everything is going to plan. I actually just watched... Oh, man. Yeah, I recently actually watched... what's the second one? The first one's International Man of Mystery or something like that. I want to turn on my crop sensor just for fun. So let's do that. Alt B. And I want to turn on GPS. Actually, you know what? No. No. No, I'm kind of thinking about this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Why not? Work smarter, not harder. Is that the idea? I'll tell you what, if I could work either one of those, I'd be I'd be happy with. Oh boy. Let's see here. Open or close. How many number of headlands do we want? We could probably do 3 headlands, right? Start work center. Headland corners, sharp. Sure, let's see how it handles it. Let's see how it handles it. 4.5 meters. Is that correct though? I'm going to double check that width. I think that's right, but I want to double check that width. Okay, this looks pretty good. That's our starting position. Let me back you up a little bit here, Chief, because you're going to want to go straight to that. And the width on this, he's saying, is 4.5 meters. Of course, it's in feet, right? Let me turn off the GPS so it doesn't get confused. I don't know why I don't trust that. Lately, I have run into Courseplay not quite getting the widths right, but it has nailed it on this one, so that's awesome. Okay. All right, let's first waypoint, and let's make sure we got corn selected. We do indeedly do. And let's start corn planting season right now. Let's get her underway. I'm excited. This has been something I've kind of been looking forward to, if I'm being honest. I've been looking forward to getting some corn planted. Very, very much. And I know that this, I don't know how farmers typically do would do this. I'm gonna guess. I'd be curious if they would do it this way, like if they would do headlands last. Would they do a headland first when they're doing corn planting? I know that it's very particular about keeping, you know, the corn in even rows. It seems like that's, you know, very, very obviously very important with crops like corn, potatoes, sugar beets. I don't know if row planting is particularly super important for things like wheat and barley and stuff. Like, I know they plant in rows, but as far as when it comes to actually harvesting, you know, depending on what you're using to harvest this stuff, I know that having nice even rows is, and evenly spaced rows is quite important. But I think we can let this. Is this a dude or a? It's a dude. Okay. He's sporting the white t-shirt, the plain old white kind of Napoleon Dynamite t-shirt going on there. What's he got for a hat? Not really sure what he's got for a hat, but he's got the old shades tossed up around the hat there. Is that a look you can actually do in the wardrobe section? I didn't even know you could do that. Or does the farmer... I didn't even know you could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at me. I don't think I have shades, though. Nope, I don't have shades. I'm looking a little confused there, aren't I? Damn, I'm kind of looking a little confused or something. I don't know why. Maybe it's the spacing of the eyes or something. It's just kind of making me look a little bit just dazed. Maybe is a good word for it. But I didn't know you could have shades propped up over your hat bill the way that dude does. I thought the shades, if you pick shades, they were either on your face or not on your face. Does the game actually move sunglasses from your eyes to the top of your hat if it's early in the day or late in the day or something? And I know you're all wondering, Brad, why are you so interested in the fact that the dude has shades sitting on top of his hat bill? It's just, I've never noticed it. I wouldn't even think the game would do that. Very curious. Very curious indeed. It's a Christmas miracle. I'm probably going to overuse that saying, by the way, even though it's June on the farm. Um, my apologies straight away if you get tired of hearing me say that. Everything is going to be a Christmas miracle um, until after Christmas. Like in the real world after Christmas. Thank goodness, right? So you only have to put up with it for a few more days, and then I'll stop saying it's a Christmas miracle, and then it'll be what's next? An Easter miracle? Well, where you going there, Chief? Taking off on me a little bit. Trampling over our canola like a madman. I do have crop row tires, I think, in the back. Are those crop row, or are they just... I don't think those are crop row, are they? It looks like maybe they're just normal dualies. Not really. Well, it's good. At least it's finding its way into the trailer through the side. I was watching this deal where they were doing comparisons between, I think it was 4 or 5 different brands of wagons, crop wagons and stuff, and it was kind of interesting, like, because I would pretty much look at them, and if I'm being honest, I would look at all 5 of the brands there, and they all look like trailers. You know, they look like a trailer. But I'll be darned if they weren't able to point out what they consider to be some significant differences between them. And I just kind of looked at them and was like, wow, yeah, I'd never really thought of that. This was on a YouTube video. I forget what it was. It's one of those suggested YouTube videos, you know, that you run across. I'm curious. So canola sells in November. Okay. What's our background? Okay. It's going to hit that pipe, isn't it? Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad the collisions are... Oh, thank goodness is right. Man, that trailer lifts up. Well, there's our first load of canola. Not a full trailer load, but nonetheless. I want to disconnect you for a second. I want to turn you off for a second. Need a little bit of repair in the tractor, but I want to go to customize. And I know that 168, I think, is the biggest. Yeah, 168 is the most horsepower we can get on this thing. Rear narrow twins, so those are considered narrows. Okay. They look a little bit wide for a narrow, don't they? Maybe just because this is a smaller tractor, they look a little thicker? I don't know. They just look a little bit wide to be narrow, or what I would call, you know, narrow crock roll. Whoa, what's going on with that sheep in the background there? See them glitching out, kind of like they're kind of stuttery? You're pretty smooth. Oh, maybe it was because it was through this fence. It was looking kind of weird. Because they were looking a little sketchy, like they were moving kind of... Yeah, they don't look like they're moving smooth in the back there. I wonder... Interesting. Never noticed that before. Figured we would make a quick run over here, since we've got somebody working on planting corn. We've got our canola being harvested. Let's go in here. And let's grab what silage has been made out of this thing. Let's take a look at Quite a bit of silage, actually, surprisingly. I think we'll easily be able to get a trailer load of silage, if not, boy, a few trailer loads of silage. Let's go ahead and grab a trailer load of silage out of here, and we'll grab a trailer load of grass and bring it on over just to keep the silage fermenting going. Might as well keep it busy. Sheep are looking happy. No, they're well fed. Let's check on the wool output, make sure they're producing for us. Otherwise, I'm going to start cracking the old whip there on them. Oh, yeah, they're producing. Good job, girls. Keep that coming. We need some wool. All right, let's get over here. We'll dump off our silage. Maybe we should check on our corn planter while we're at it too, just to make sure he's happy, or she. Yeah, he. Oh, that's right, that's Mr. Sunglasses over there, isn't it? I'm curious about that. I'm honestly going to test that out and see if I can get the game to put my sunglasses on the top of my hat. All right, let's dump this silage off for storage. Money, money, money. That's what this is. Money, money, money. And then we can grab some grass from here. Let's check and see how much grass we have in here too. I know I want to leave. Always want to make sure the sheep are fed. That's the important thing. As long as they're happy, we're making money. I went too far. There we go. Silage grass. 195,000 liters. Interesting. Not too shabby. How are our sheep looking for food since we moved ahead? Pigs are still doing okay. Oh yeah, see the sheep, boy, I'll tell you what, they eat. We could probably take this trailer load. Maybe that's what we should do first. That water spreading out a little bit? Almost looks like it's spread out a little bit this way too. I don't know, maybe not. I'm very curious to see how long it takes for that to dry up. Well, I'll tell you, this M6 is giving it all she's got for this trailer load. I'll tell you that. It's not real peppy. It's doing the job. It's doing the job. It's just not super peppy about it. Let's see if we can scooch in at a bit of an angle again. I don't know. I never have much luck with this. I don't know how far over we can go. Maybe that's too much of an angle. Yeah, I think that's too much of an angle. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to change our dump to the grain door. It's still going to lose its mind. Yeah, I thought so. Too much of an angle. Let me see if I can get the wheels spun around. If the trigger went out a little bit further, it would make this a lot easier. Hey, as long as that right there works, that's perfect. We can let that go. And then what we can do is run over. Who are you? Oh, okay. Oh, you're full? You're done. You think you're done, but you're not done. I got news for you, Chief. You did a good job, but you're not done yet. Let's go ahead and finish up. We can finish this up here and it's taken care of. Just a little slice left. And we can get this thing moved over to our other canola field. I always think when I look at the work we're doing today, I was looking ahead and going, yep, we got to harvest the canola. We want to get, a couple fields prepped still. We need to do this. We need to do that. And I always think, it's really going to take it's a lot to do. And I think I always overestimate how much it's really going to take. Because, I mean, it's only 20 to 8 in the morning. We started roughly at 7 o'clock, right? And we've already got this field wrapped up for harvest. Now, granted, we're still going to want to, mulch or cultivate or whatever this field is. We need to check and see if it's due for plowing. I don't think it is. And get this field prepped for whatever crop we want to put in here next. I don't think we need to do corn on this field as well. I think we could throw something else at it other than corn. Let's go ahead and get this thing emptied out. How you doing, buddy? You're doing just fine. No complaints. You and your fancy shades on top of your hat like that. Looking all smart. Looking good, though. Doing a nice job. Doing a very nice job. Kind of weird. It seems like when what's the stubble? Are those weeds? They are little weeds. Oh, we're gonna have to deal with those, aren't we? Weed growing. Lovely. Gonna have to get the weeder out. Take care of that too. How you doing, buddy? You get the... Oh, you emptied out already? Boy, sheep. Hungry little monsters, aren't they? Hungry savages. Our sheep are. 39,000 liters of grass right there. They just sucked in again. Well, looks like we're going to be grabbing another trailer load. And we'll pop this next trailer into our fermenting silo. Looking at frame rates. I turned off, I'm testing different things. I like to play with my settings a lot. I know I've talked about that before. I'm always playing around, messing around with Farming Simulator settings and games, graphic settings in particular. And just watching that thing, because I turned off G-Sync. I've been running G-Sync since I got this. Well, since I got my new card and my new monitor. And I've never really ran this game without it. And I wanted to check it out just to see what it was like without G-Sync. And I got to tell you, I'm at the wrong spot. Wasn't thinking that through very well, was I? I do see a difference. I think G-Sync definitely holds the frame rate a little more solid. And I think it's a little more smooth, too. So I'll probably be enabling G-Sync again. No doubt about that. Alright, let's turn off the grain door and go to the back much faster. Let's give this fermenting silo something to keep this thing busy too while we're at it. How we looking? Oh yeah, easily, easily. Thank you very much. We need to grab our combine and get that taken over to our field number 2, I believe it is. I'm going to go ahead and bring this back over to our bale storage barn. So that was about 80,000, I think 78,000 liters to be exact, of grass we've taken out of here. I'm not too worried about running out of grass though, because our field is going to be able to be cut, I think, next month. So we'll be just fine when it comes to feeding our sheep. Whoa! I'm glad that doesn't really fall on the ground. All right, outstanding. You stay here for a second, my friend. Let's go grab our combine and get this taken over to our next field here. We gotta get some canola going. We can fit through here. Got the little beep beep horn. Looking good in there. The Kubota orange shirt. Got the Kubota hat going on. Looking good, Chief. Looking good. Representing. Absolutely. I really like this case combine. I don't normally use a lot of case combines. I used to use case combines, you know, because I think the case combines were the big combines back in FS13 when I first started playing Farm Sim. If you wanted the biggest, baddest combine on the console, at least, the biggest, baddest in-game combine, or default base game combine, was a case. And once you got to that point and you had a big case combine, you were doing good. You were a happy farmer. Very nice. We have a good start, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. And we've gotten a really good start off to our harvest season, no doubt. Looking really, really good. Let's zoom out a little bit and get a nice old school Dallas perspective. If you remember the show Dallas. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, sorry about that. You probably didn't need to hear that. But every time I do this, and every time I scroll way out like this, and I see the combine working in the field, I don't know, it makes me think of Dallas during the intro. But anyways, thanks everyone for joining me again. I will see you certainly tomorrow, Wednesday, back here on the farm. Hopefully. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you want. Otherwise, make sure you stay safe, take care of yourselves. Let's make sure that we take care of each other. It is the Christmas season after all. No better time of year than to make sure everyone around you is in good shape and good to go and happy and healthy, and, offer up doing something nice for somebody. Makes you feel good, I guarantee it. And I will see you all back here on Kubota Farm. Take care, everyone. Ba 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 ba.